Hello friends, fellow beer geeks. I am Wes, the craft beer geek, and welcome to another craft beer geek beer review. Tonight we are looking at a beer from Biscayne Bay Brewing out of Miami, Florida. This is their La Colada. It is a English porter brewed with Cuban coffee. Comes in a 12-ounce bottle here, as you can see, 6.5% alcohol by volume. And that's pretty much what we got from just looking at the bottle here. I have not had any beers from Biscayne Bay Brewing before and haven't had this one in particular yet. So I'm excited to get this one cracked open into a glass and see what it tastes like. All right, so we're gonna put this in a Nonic pint glass since it's an English porter. That's a preferred glass for that, I would imagine. Let's see what we got here. Nice bit of smoke there. Okay, so we have the La Colada poured out into the glass here. Got a very strong, very creamy, rich head on it. Really tight bubble, sticking around a long bit. I'm very surprised at how light this beer is. I was expecting a bit darker. It's a dark brown, but there's definitely a good bit of light coming through the glass. So that's nice. It has a nice color to it. That's a nice look. Let's see what the aroma is like on this one. Definitely getting a sweet malty aroma, not a whole lot of coffee. I was expecting to get that Cuban coffee in the nose more, but I'm not getting it very much in the nose. Just a very light hint of coffee in there. It's just, you know, not too much in the way of a coffee aroma. So I think I'm ready to go ahead and give this one a taste and let you know what I think. Cheers if you're drinking along. Okay, there's definitely more coffee in the flavor, but it's mixed with a sugary sweetness, almost like this almost has the flavor of like a milk porter. I don't know if it's a milk porter or not. It doesn't say anything to that effect. It's just Cuban coffee and chocolatey roasted malts brew a velvety style English porter. But yeah, it's very nice and sweet and smooth and velvety, as it says. That's a good description of it. And it's almost like the coffee is a lighter roast coffee than normal. If you haven't had Cuban coffee before, it's a very dark roast coffee, so it's going to be bold and strong and have some really deep, rich notes to it. And I am getting some of that deep, rich, roasty earthiness at the back end. But I'm front. I get it. I guess what I'm getting is more of the roasted malt flavors, and it's a porter, so it's not as heavily roasted maybe. The mouthfeel on the La Colada is pretty nice. It definitely works with that velvety texture. It definitely has a rich velvety mouthfeel to it without being too thick, and it's not too thin either. It's really nice. Nails it perfectly where you would want something like this to be. Okay, so for some final thoughts and to wrap up this review of the La Colada from Biscayne Bay Brewing. Yeah, really interesting. I wasn't at all what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be really dark and really roasty and really heavy and almost like a stout. But it's a porter. It's got a little bit lighter body than I expected, a little bit lighter of a roasting in both the grains and the coffee itself. It's not as coffee forward as I expected it to be as well. I expected this to be really heavy on the coffee. There's just a little bit of coffee roastiness added in there to add a little bit of extra punch to it, but it's not really coffee overpowering the beer itself. It's a great porter to begin with, and then it has the added bonus of that nice dark roasted Cuban coffee. Yeah, as the label says, very nice and velvety, very rich and smooth drinking, really tasty, really flavorful. I'm liking this one quite a bit. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to give the La Colada from Biscayne Bay Brewing, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I like it quite a bit. Definitely a recommended beer. Seek it out. See if you can find it. Very tasty, very interesting take on a coffee porter that's not real coffee forward. Maybe if you're not into really strong coffee flavored things, this would be good for you. It's as I said, it's a really good porter to begin with, and it has just a little bit extra added into it, which makes it even more special. So that's going to do it for this review. Thank you for watching. You can find all of my reviews over at craftbeergeek.com. I'm Wes, the Craft Beer Geek. Please drink responsibly, and remember, I don't drink bad beer. You shouldn't either. We'll see you next time. Cheers.